We had to get the background right, and I think we did. Now, is the mirror too cut off for you?
Oh, it's fine.
No, we got it.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Don't
Here,
change it. No, it's
you're
fine.
gonna be upset with the mirror. Trust me. We have to tilt this up.
No, it's fine.
I think that's exactly how you wanted it, with that cut off.
Okay.
Perfect. Welcome in. It's Friday afternoon. It's Memorial Day weekend.
It's Friday on a 4-day weekend. 3-day weekend.
4-day week. Well, you made it a 4-day weekend because you didn't really work today. No, you worked. You're working hard. Yeah.
What
So
are you
what?
talking about?
So
I just didn't go to the office. I was remote.
how is it a 4-day weekend then?
Sorry, it's a 3-day weekend.
Auburn math.
Don't be mean.
Cheers. What are these? I made part of them, but
I don't know.
yeah.
You made them.
Don't tell her.
I just put mint in.
Actually, no. There's gin. There is elderflower, Saint Germain elderflower, which is really good. There is club soda, and then you added the
mint and lime.
the mint and lime, and then you have another ingredient.
Little garnishing action
Yeah,
here.
Salt Bay. You have the extra 4-day weekend celebrator on hand, so we'll go with
Party
that.
umbrellas.
We're gonna talk Niners, but first off, we're gonna get a party umbrella. What color should we all pick here? Hold on, let's show
You
the
gotta pick it.
3 or 4-day weekend. Is it a 4-day weekend or is it a 3-day weekend? Got an Alabama fan in the crowd. He just said Auburn sucks. He's a good viewer. Spencer Coakley's cool,
Probably
but
not wrong. Auburn's really unpredictable.
everybody pick a color of umbrella for me
You pick
and
one.
or Margot.
Just pick one. I want
You pick first.
orange
I was gonna pick orange.
because orange reminds me of summer.
Well, I'm gonna pick this reddish one, but people are gonna accuse it of being pink, but I don't care. So
There's
we'll
not
be
really
fine.
a red
Yeah.
option.
Somebody said rojo. Somebody said red in
There you
Spanish. Good.
You gotta.
Well, that's for your drink here.
No, I know. You gotta open it up and everything.
Yeah, my drink's in the
Boom.
way. All right, cool. Everybody, how's it going? Everybody's filing in here on Friday afternoon. It's been a while since we've seen Margot on the show. My umbrella is just now folding up. How do these work?
You gotta push the little thing on the stick up to like prop it up.
I'm struggling right now.
Stanford education.
Stanford.
Yeah.
I guess
now
Auburn
you,
is
now
in
you feel
Stanford
bad.
here.
Oh, you took the thing off.
Oh, that was to push the umbrella up?
The tiny one was.
Oh, I had no idea. This is bad.
Your poor viewers.
There we go. Umbrella's good.
Oh
to-
no! Okay, there you go.
It's like one of those windstorm backwards umbrellas. All right.
Bloop.
Perfect. Happy 3-day weekend, everybody. I see the room is over 100 people big, so they're filing in and we can talk. Margot, tell us how you manage it when Lombardi swims miles in the ocean, all caps. Your first question.
I try not to think about it. I try to kind of distract myself when he's actually swimming because it kind of terrifies me. But I ride horses for fun, and some people would say that voluntarily jumping onto an 1,100-pound animal and trying to make it jump is also as crazy. So I can't really pick at him
Pick that.
for doing a
Horse is
risky
really a lot.
sport.
Yeah, they're over 1,000 pounds.
Major Tom is 1,464 pounds.
So and then he just like casually gained 60 pounds. Like he steps on the scale one time, it's like 60 more than the time before.
Yeah.
Even
Well,
like
he needed to gain weight. He was underweight.
well, just to give you the idea of the sheer size, so we could relate this to football. Even the biggest football player, that would be insane. So say 49ers have Trent Williams. He's about 310. That'd be like him just stepping on the scale one day and being 370, just casually, right? Or for me and you, then it'd be...
But you think about it like in proportion to body mass, and
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
different, like the poundage.
But it just gives you an idea of the sheer size of horses.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Major
And-
Tom would be great D line, O line maybe.
Oh, dude, he'd be a receiver. Are you kidding me with how fast he can run? I mean,
He's got a reach on him. Not that horses can.
So
Reach with their hands.
I think Usain Bolt did it too, the sprinter. But the first sprinter that did it was Michael Johnson, who in the 1996 Atlanta Games ran. I don't think anybody had ever broken 20 seconds in the 200 meters. Maybe they had barely. He went and ran 19.32, which is insane. He electrified the crowd. He won by yards. And then after the Olympics, he put out a publicity stunt. He's like, I'm going to race a horse.
That's just kind of annoying.
It was, and it wasn't even close. It was like two steps after the start of the race, and he's already down half a football field. So I don't think that we would waste the horse on the offensive line. I thought the defensive line.
It would be, you know who he should race? He should race Secretariat
Yeah.
in the Preakness.
The Triple Crown winner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. The famous Secretariat.
I haven't seen that
Triple
movie.
Crown.
You showed me the trailer, and you got all emotional watching the trailer. You said
It's one of the greatest sporting moments in the whole wide world. I mean, everybody was cheering for this horse. That's why Triple Crown winners are so fun. They're so rare. You have to win the Kentucky Derby, the Belmont Stakes, and the Preakness, and each race is a little bit longer than the last.
Yeah, and it
It's a
gets
big deal.
and they start to specialize, right? So I'm gonna parlay. Well, you'll see. I'm gonna parlay this into a 49ers schedule discussion because that's the first thing that we need to talk about. So anyway, you've got horses. Nowadays, it's so hard to win the Triple Crown because at every single stage, and the last one's Belmont, right?
Yeah.
You're reading comments.
Someone said they want to know what I like
Yeah.
about you, and I'm like, what's not to like?
Ooh. I like the umbrella, but anyway, at Belmont, let's be serious here. We're gonna have some commenters. You'll notice that some commenters are nice. Other ones will be like, I just want to talk about football. So we have to give everybody a little bit of what
That's
they
fine.
like.
I can talk about football. I like football.
And we're gonna equate it to horse racing or compare.
He once said when we were dating, I asked him, I said, don't give me that look. He said, I asked him, would you ever be with a woman or like feel like you could marry a woman who didn't know anything about football or care about football at all? And he said, yeah. And I was thinking in my head, no, no.
I think there has to be like enough of commonality, but not too much obsession, so I could get a break from football, right?
Well, you're unique in the sense that football is your job, and it's a lot of other people's fun hobby. So I think it's different. It's still fun. It's still a really cool gig. No complaints here.
Yeah.
Other than the travel schedule, I could do a little less of that.
Yeah, it's crazy. You know, they're trying to add an 18th game. The NFL is.
Boo! All the wives and girlfriends hate it.
Okay, so Belmont is the last on the Triple Crown, right?
You know what?
Yeah,
Let me ask the Google because I can't remember if it's the Belmont or the Preakness, and I don't want to be wrong.
Either way, nowadays you don't have every single horse going for a Triple Crown.
The Belmont, yes.
Is
So it's the Kentucky Derby, and then 2 weeks later it's the Preakness Stakes.
Yes.
And then 3 weeks later it's the Belmont Stakes.
Okay, so
You were right.
I was correct here. So thank you. Thanks for acknowledging. So we have horses that specialize now. So say that
Specialize in what? Like winning?
trying to win
Triple
just the
Crown?
Belmont.
Or just the Belmont?
Yeah.
Okay.
So when a horse tries to win the Triple Crown, if it's won the Kentucky Derby and it's won the Preakness, it's going to go into the Belmont against horses that have not raced either of those two.
Correct.
And will be, in swimming, we call it tapered.
You're going to tie this into the 49ers schedule this year because they're going to be more tired, and all of the big rivals that they have to play this year have a bye week leading up to
Four
when they
teams have a bye before playing the 49ers. I think the Chiefs,
Always
the Cowboys. Yes, there you go. The Chiefs and the Niners have the bye advantage. That's good. They have the bye advantage against the Dolphins. That's the Christmas game, the 22nd. But the 49ers, okay.
Merry Miami Christmas.
The NFL has put out
We'll bring umbrellas for it.
nearly 1,000 schedules since 2002. And they calculate net rest differential of all these schedules.
So that's 22 years worth of schedules.
Of 32 teams.
Of 32?
Yeah.
So 32 times 22 is what?
You can put that in your calculator if you want. 32 times 22.
I work in retail. I should be able to do this in my head. But.
So the NFL is do 32 times 22. 704 schedules. Yeah, so they put up 704 schedules.
I thought 1,000 sounded like a lot.
Look, I'm rounding up. Come on, give me a break.
Up 300? That's by like a quarter.
It's still rounding up to the nearest 1,000th. Okay, so
rounding up to the nearest 1,000th.
Hey, you guys get the idea. There have been 704 schedules that the NFL has put out since 2002. They calculate the net rest differential of these schedules. So say that you're playing a team coming off a bye week and you're not coming off a bye, you have 7 fewer days of rest, right?
Boo.
So the 49ers this year are minus 22 net rest differential.
Because there's 3 teams that...
4 teams that they're playing that are coming off a bye. The 49ers are the only team in the NFL to play 4 teams that are coming off their bye when they play them. The 49ers schedule last year was at minus 20, which was, last year was minus 20, which was
Is it the number of days of advantage that their opponents had?
Yes. So the
Is
49ers
it
were
an average or is it a sum?
a sum over the course of the whole
Okay.
year. The 49ers had 20 less rest days than their opponents last year, which was the 7th most difficult out of the 702 schedules since 2002. This year's number is even worse, minus 22. It's the 3rd worst out
Is
of the
that like some
702
Taylor
schedules.
Swift sick joke? Like I'm feeling 22?
It might have something to do with Taylor Swift, quite literally, but we're not sure. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
So they also, the NFL, like planned some of the schedule around Taylor Swift's concert schedule that was announced. So who knows? The 49ers.
That's because the NFL wants women in my demographic to watch more football.
Yes, and
Because if they're going to plan around her concert schedule, then she's more likely to go to the games, and then people are like, "Oh my God, where's the T-Swift side?"
although by extension that could help the 49ers, and I'll explain why. Because the NFL salary cap is tied to league revenue. So the bigger the revenue, the bigger the salary cap. Teams with a lot of star players want the salary cap to be higher so they can fit those star players. The 49ers currently have probably the most highly paid stars in the league. So last year, the salary cap exploded more than we've ever seen because revenues exploded more than we've ever seen. Why did that happen? I think the biggest reason was the Taylor Swift effect. So in that way, it helps the 49ers. And now we can talk about what's going on right now. Obviously, Brandon Aiyuk wants his new contract.
Can I make a confession?
Yeah.
I haven't listened to her new album.
I think a lot of people watching will be really happy that you haven't. I don't think Taylor Swift is going to be the most popular person in this chat. So
look, I can't stop listening to Post Malone in his country music era with Morgan Wallen. I think it's great. I don't know. I also listen to like the Outlander soundtrack for fun. So
this is why you're my wife. Your love of classical
I'm
music
just a
is
white
nice.
girl in disguise. Where I'm prominent in that word, but my Spotify list doesn't necessarily suggest that.
The first time that we hung out together and we put out our
Like our first
Spotify
date?
No, like when the
Or,
first
like,
time we hung out to
actually
listen to
hanging out,
Spotify list,
Okay.
we were driving to Birmingham. We were driving from
Oh my
Nashville to Birmingham.
God, that was
and
so
you put on
funny.
your Spotify list and you were kind of embarrassed and you were like, it was like movie scores, classical music. And I'm like, no, keep it on. You were like trying to turn it off. I'm
It's
like,
so
yeah,
good.
Yeah, it was really good.
I mean, people don't think about the music when they watch movies, and I think it's some of the best part because it's transporting you into a moment of a story.
You know what your least favorite movie that we watched together was the one without music?
Old country.
No country for old men. Okay, put it in the comment section if you
Worst
like.
ending ever.
Hey. If you like No Country for Old Men, put a thumbs up emoji. If you didn't like it, put a thumbs down emoji. I think this is going to be really polarizing. I think we're going to get a little bit of both.
Did it win awards? I mean,
I think it won Best Picture.
Why?
I think it won Best Picture.
But why?
Because it was artsy. It was deep. Because it didn't satisfy.
Okay, there are movies.
Thumbs up. Thumbs up. Up. Okay, we're at 3-1 right now.
I don't know.
Somebody help Margot out. Give her a thumbs down. Come on. I prepared the crowd for this.
Yeah, you did.
She hated it, and somebody gave it a middle.
That's fair. I can get with a mid. That's fine.
The bad guy is scary. We just saw.
That guy's so scary.
We just saw a YouTube short or an Instagram short with the bad guy in a different movie.
Oh yeah, that was funny. Doom scrolling the reels.
Daniel Gross says guy film. I think that's.
It's a dude film. It's definitely a guy film. But I'll make him probably watch a girl film every now and then. I'm pretty cool though. I don't make you watch like really horrible stuff.
No. Once we have kids, we're gonna have to watch the Disney movies. So
hopefully.
Yeah.
So David here has not. I'm gonna throw out some classic Disney movies that most of humanity grew up watching as kids, and you have to say whether or not you've seen it.
Okay, go ahead.
Toy Story.
No.
Remember the Titans.
Only part of it. That people are gonna revolt. You're putting me on blast. I've seen the 5 minutes that your dad showed me last weekend. And then he storms off into the basement and started watching.
For like 15 minutes, and then we sat down and had dinner, and we were all cleaning up, and we couldn't find him, and he was in the basement, like, watching the movie. He waited for no one. Like, no one.
Yeah,
And I initially said, let's watch Remember the Titans. David hadn't seen it. And my dad was like, I'm watching this thing without anybody. So, oh, have you seen Little Mermaid?
No.
Oh. Aladdin?
No.
Okay, so those are technically like princess movies. What about, oh, what's a great one? What's a good one? Jungle Book?
No.
Monsters, Inc.
No.
Guys, Mulan.
No.
Lion King.
Yes, I watched with you.
Why did you watch it? In
Because-
preparation for our honeymoon,
Because
right?
we're going to the Serengeti.
I was like, I can't
Yeah.
possibly take him. We can't go to Africa on safari and him having not seen Lion King.
It was cool because I got
David is anti-Disney. Nice. Yeah.
I was on a plane from San Francisco to John Wayne, which is Orange County's airport, which is the closest airport to Disneyland.
No, he has
the other
not
day.
seen Aladdin.
Did I tell you about this? I was on the plane, and
You are always on
this
the plane.
entire
Which time?
the sun's getting you, isn't it? Where's
David,
that sun coming
It's
from?
coming from the top.
Oh my
of
God,
the-
that's crazy. Do we need to scoot up?
I don't know.
Yeah.
It's fine.
You can scoot over this way. I'll tilt the camera if you need to.
Is it hitting me or you?
It's hitting more you, so yeah.
The Last Samurai. Have you seen The Last
No,
Samurai?
I haven't. But
I need everyone in this section to hear, like, throw out a great classic movie that you think someone as educated and attractive and smart as David would have seen. I'm his wife, I'm partial.
the comments
Should
are funny.
watch.
Sorry, I'm not gonna read that one.
Karate Kid. Have you seen Karate Kid?
No.
He did live under a rock as
yeah.
a kid.
I'm movie
Partially. He's a little movie illiterate.
you guys know I love
had-
Star Wars.
He had The Dark Knight. The Dark Knight.
I haven't seen it.
I love the Batman trilogy. I had a really great friend in college who got me into Batman.
The Mask, Pulp Fiction. I've seen Pulp Fiction. It's got to be kind of crazy.
We've got like one.
Have you seen Pulp
Wall-E.
Fiction?
Have you seen Wall-E?
No. Miracle. I've seen Miracle. City of God. No. We can go back to this chat, and this is like a good recommendation.
So, this is my idea as a classic movie lover, and I think it just depends on your taste of movies that were made in the 90s or the 2000s versus now. Like, they're all different. But I do think we should go back and make you watch some of the classics. But I would like to interview you and give you, like, basically the trailer, but, like, verbally, and tell you, like, what the movie is about. And then have you give like, your opinion of, like, if you think you're going to like it or not. And then we watch the movie, and then we do a post-interview. This
sounds like a fun YouTube channel. Everybody follow Lombardi herself when it's created. This is content. I
just wanted to
I don't know
watch,
if
like,
I can afford being this exposed on my own YouTube channel
I
again.
just-
The follower count's gonna drop.
I really do imagine, like, hopefully one day when we have a family and, like, it's a rainy night or something and, you know, we got to put a movie on and it's like, oh, let's all watch Toy Story. Mom's the only one that's seen it. And you're, like, watching it for the first time with your kids.
I know, like,
I'm
the
just-
funny
I
thing
just-
is that these
I don't
things
know.
are so, like, ingrained in pop culture, like Woody from Toy Story, right?
He's classic.
Like, I know all the characters. I know Buzz Lightyear. I know.
You don't know them.
No.
because of the movie.
I know who the character. Like, I'll say, oh, that's Buzz Lightyear.
No
I can-
movie Jeopardy for
but-
David. Yes,
But
Paul,
I
you're
haven't
correct.
actually seen the movie. Anyway, before people revolt, let's do a little
Sorry.
bit more 49ers talk. We
Sorry.
talked about Taylor. This started with Taylor Swift.
No, it didn't.
Yeah, I did. We went to pop culture from Taylor Swift because we
Okay.
started talking about music. And the salary cap is increased.
Shawshank Redemption.
That's a good one. Yeah, that's a best
Okay, he's
picture,
seen
yeah.
Shawshank
Yeah, that's a
Redemption.
good one. That's a good one. It's like
He peeks out from under the rock.
yeah. So football talk. I'm steering
Woo,
the conversation in the way that I think that some people want it. The 49ers want a higher salary cap because they've got a lot of guys to pay. Next year, Brock Purdy's eligible for a big contract. Wrap your head around this. He's making about $1 million this year. He can make more than $60 million per year starting next season.
I'm gonna fall
He can
off
get
this
a
couch.
60x pay raise.
Must be
starting
nice.
next season. Well, it's not there yet. Let me illustrate. That's the kind of pressure that not only the 49ers, but somebody like Purdy's under this season. Because he's not eligible. Like the NFL says you have to play on your rookie contract that's fixed for a year. But he has delivered at an MVP level for 2 straight seasons. If he does it for 1 more year, that will absolutely be the going rate for him.
So
the pressure's on this year.
With that context in mind, with that stage set for the 2024 season, what in your opinion is like best case scenario and worst case scenario?
Best case scenario is that Brock Purdy plays at the same level or maybe even a little bit higher, right? Because he's still, the amazing thing
He's
is
a kid.
He was an MVP finalist. He probably should have won MVP despite the fact that he only had 8 games under his belt entering the season. Isn't that amazing?
He didn't win MVP?
No, he was a finalist. He was one of the 5 finalists. CMC was as well.
Who beat him?
Who deserved, I think, Lamar Jackson.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, it's all coming back to me now.
Yeah. you had blanked out there.
It's been a long week at work, guys.
You were at that Ravens game too. That was unfortunate for Purdy's MVP.
You know what? That
chances.
Christmas game was probably like the biggest. I don't want to say like letdown because that sounds so negative, but it was the biggest like meh of a game that had like built up for the 49ers.
And it's a reminder that the regular season is the regular season. Everybody
we won MVP in our hearts, yeah.
And it's too bad because MVP voters, I think, are relatively clueless. The fact that they based it off of 1 game just goes to show you that they're not really in touch with the way that the league works. Like the whole body of work, Brock Purdy was the most efficient quarterback by far. Lamar Jackson wasn't even close.
You know what it makes me think of?
Yeah, what?
It makes me think of maybe directors and maybe producers who write and produce movies to win awards.
Are you going to compare this to Leo winning Best
not
Actor
to
for The
win
Revenant?
Rotten Tomatoes ratings? Because we all know
yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes. I feel like that's like collectively.
There's a No Country for Old Men reference in here somewhere.
No, there's not. I'm not trying to like steal a conversation again. Really though, I do think that like there are movies that you write to like Hollywood, whoever, producers, directors, scriptwriters, write to win awards, and then there are actual movies that are made that people just adore and they love, and it doesn't matter what the budget was or necessarily the actors, like people just love the story.
Yeah.
So it seems like a little bit of that to me. I don't know. Maybe that
a little
makes
bit.
no sense.
Yeah,
It works in my head.
To me, it's so fickle these days. I think social media has tarnished a lot of, including the writers and the awards process.
In what way?
And
Just
that
like
everybody's a short-term thinker. If the 49ers had lost to Baltimore and Brock Purdy had thrown whatever he did, 4 or 5 interceptions in week 2, and then he put up a stellar season after that, he wins the MVP. Because nobody remembers week 2 because it was in September.
Well, it's the whole timing is everything.
The fact that this happened in week 16 on December 25th completely torpedoed him, right?
Was that better?
Yeah, it was bad for Brock Purdy, right? It might have been better for the 49ers. It might have snapped them into shape for the playoffs. I don't know. How far are they, by the way?
I don't know because Catherine.
We're waiting for friends to come over.
Tell them what we're making.
We're making tri-tip California Cup meat for, well, actually one of the people coming over is from San Diego. So he's a Chargers fan.
San Diego.
And you've never been. Who likes San Diego?
Did you even get that reference?
Is that from Anchorman?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Golf clap.
If you think we should go to San Diego for New Year's after the 49ers play the Lions, give us a thumbs up. Because Ian, who's coming over, is from San Diego.
Ian.
Anyway, tri-tip is from Spencer Coakley says, hell yeah, I was raised on tri-tip. So Spencer Coakley must be from California. Tri-tip is...
Yeah, people in
fully
Tennessee,
named,
we don't know what it is or why.
but it started to... I got it at the butcher shop here. Tri-tip is called Santa Maria Tri-tip. Santa Maria is a city on the Central Coast. A lot of 49ers fans in Santa Maria. Probably I would guess that's the dominant team in Santa Maria. Central Coast. It's about 20 minutes south of San Luis Obispo. It's a very specific cut of beef that for some reason up until like 2 years ago, you really weren't able to find anywhere else outside
What?
of California.
Well, supply, demand.
Yeah. Well, but sometimes like
They're here.
they're here.
They're here.
Was that the bell? All right, we're done. Everybody take care. We're going to talk more about the 49ers and how they're going to pay everybody in a little bit.
Cheers.
Bye.